I would like to give a special nail addict shout out to Queen Miss Chris, April Shorty, Cynthia Torres, Latammi's Unique Tips for being the first four to comment on my last video. Thank you, ladies.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.
Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So this is my last set that I just did. I love it. I got me a new Savilon Flash Cure. I really love the brand Savilon altogether, but this one is their nail art game changer nail art lamp. And I'm just turning it over so you can like screenshot if you want, pause and check out all the classifications on this. It was really easy to put together. I screwed this piece here in. The piece on the top goes with this white piece. You put it into the actual nail lamp, and then it's magnetic, so it just attaches onto that circle piece so easily, and you can like adjust the level of it. It's a 10-second, 30-second, and 60-second, as you see. So pretty perfect. I've never had one, and I'm super excited to now have one because I do so many gel X nails. It just makes sense. So I'm doing my oldest nails because she went on a cruise this past Monday. So she'll be gone from Monday to Friday. I'm excited for my girl. She is living her best life. She's 19, just taking trip after trip after trip. And I love that for her because everyone needs to explore and get about there. So super excited. But I'm starting now with just lightly pushing back her cuticles. This used to be one of my girls that I would do quite often in videos, but she now works with kids, so she's a little more cautious with her nails, although we never do them really long. She just kind of prefers, to get them done now if needed. Like if it's a special event, she's going somewhere, she'll get them done. So today's set was pretty much just a cruise vibe, spring vibe. Very cute nails that they come out super cute. So we're continuing with prep, and I'm going around her cuticle with a ball bit just to remove any of the dead skin that may be there. And then I'm going in with a mandrel and sanding band, a little bit more around that cuticle and just roughing up the surface of her natural nail. And then I dust off her fingertips, and now I'm going to go in with my Model 1's dehydrator and 2 coats of the Model 1's primer. Today I'm using my pink nude Luck Forever full cover nail tips on her, and I'm going to go ahead and just etch the inside of each of the nails. So I'm using my mandrel and a sanding band and just etching where her natural nail will meet on the full cover tip. So I'm going to go in with my Macard 3-in-1 glue gel nail glue for nail tips and apply the nails. So this was my first time using my Flash Cure lamp, so it was a little wonky at first, and then towards the end of this hand I got it down packed. But what I decided to do is I'm going to go in and place just a little bit onto her natural nail, because that's just what I always do. You see me here kind of playing with it because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know like where it should be positioned in order to make this a smooth transaction. So I kind of messed up on her thumb, and she did have a little bubbling, but we weren't too concerned because, you know, I've been doing her nails so long. She definitely does not worry about lifting whatsoever, even with a minimal or a minor mistake. There's no lifting. They're just always quality nails. So I put a little on her fingernail tip. I'm putting some into the nail tip itself. I'm going to then turn the lamp on high enough, so about 30 seconds, just so I can have enough time to like flash cure it for about 10 seconds. I did 10 seconds there. And then how I messed up here was when I pressed it, her finger was already under the light, so it was curing on already, like as soon as I pressed it down. And that's just not what you want to do. You want to make sure you position it to where when you put your nail on, it needs to be on so that it can cure, but you need to be able to pull your finger and put it under as it's on, versus it being on and you're directly putting the nail on in the light. That's just not a good look. So we're going to try again, and I'm going to paint that onto her fingernail just like so, very thin layer. And then I'm going to place some of that gel into her the actual nail tip. Again, I already have it on set, and I put it off to the side so it's not curing as soon as I put it onto her finger. But I go in at about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to press that down and watch the gel go from cuticle to free edge and place her under the light. And that one went really well, just out of frame. But I will be in frame with the rest of the nail so you can kind of see what I did. It seemed like every time I do one of my girls' nails, I'm zoomed in more and more. It's so crazy. So some of the angles on this video are going to be weird, close, just because I really need a new chair for my nail area. I feel like the chair I sit in is very low. I want height in my chair so when I'm sitting, I can still see in the camera as I'm doing nails, and the chair I'm using right now is just really, really low. It does not do me any justice. I cannot see. I miss my old nail desk where I was able to actually sit up and see everything as I was recording, doing nails, so forth and so on. It's just really hard with the setup I have now. But I'm going in around the cuticle and just, making everything nice and crisp. Removing any spillage that may be there on all of the nails. And again, she wants to keep them cute and low, so we're just going to clip them down to her desired length. Once all of her nails are clipped down, I'm now going in and just using my Pana 8080 hand file and just filing that free edge and making it nice and crisp. And my final step of prep is just going in with one of my buffers or any buffer of your choice and just buffing off the shine on all of her nails so that I'm ready to start in with the nail art. So today's color selection from Madam Glam will be Celestial Green. We're also going to be using Sundays, which is one of my favorite yellows from Madam Glam, just very vibrant. We're going to be using Crystal Ball, which is a very light, like teal shade, really cute. It's like more of a light blue. We're also going to be using for today a Hardcore, which is in the red family. And of course, we're going to be using Bold White for today's set. So to start off the set, I'm doing a French tip on her pinky and index with Bold White. And after I get them both set, I go ahead and cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, I thank you so very much for taking the time to watch my video today. It's so appreciated, more than you will ever know. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I thank you for joining me on my nail journey. If you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. And if you've been subscribed, new or old, just know that I love you so much, and I'm very thankful and grateful for you all. I'm also going to go in with a French tip on her thumb and cure that for 30 seconds as well. I like to do the thumbs separate because I don't know why, but when I do people's nails, for whatever reason, if I do the thumb in the same setting, when it goes time for them to put their hand in the lamp, no matter how powerful the lamp is, they're not holding their hand, I guess, where the light is penetrating the full thumb. And so then you get rippling and things like that. So I've learned to do the thumb separate. So they're curing that separate and we're getting a full even cure. So now we're starting in with the floral design. So on the index, I am going to go in and create 2 flowers here. I'm going in with Crystal Ball and just making your typical flower with the dots. So I'm going to do about 5 dots around, going in a circular motion. And I'm going to go ahead and also go in with Bold White. Even though it's white, it did come up and it looks great. And I did another one on the opposite side of this French tip, and then I'm going to give that a 30-second, we'll have her give that a 30-second cure in the lamp. Then once it's cured, I come back in with a red dot for the centerpiece on the blue flower and a yellow dot for the centerpiece on the white flower and have her cure that for 30 seconds. Then I'm taking Celestial Green and just making some leaves on the sides of those flowers to finish this nail, and she will cure that for 30 seconds. Moving over to the middle finger, we're just doing a bunch of flowers on this nail. We're going to fill it up. It's going to be really cute. So we're starting with Sundays and doing again that typical flower pattern that you see where you're using a dotting tool and you're making about 5 dots going in a circular motion. I'm going in with Bold White off to the side and I'm making like a half flower here, But I'm going to take my dotting tool, or no, actually, I'm sorry, I did make a full flower. But I'm going to take my dotting tool on this one, and I actually ended up wiping off the yellow because when I made the dots, they kind of started running into each other, and I didn't want that. So I went ahead and wiped that off really quickly just to redo it again so that they're not running into each other. But I left the white because they didn't run, and I'm taking my nail art brush and I'm pulling in those dots to make petals for a flower on this particular nail here. And then I decided to go back in with Sundays and do that flower again off to the side with the dots going in a circular motion. And then I'm going to have her give this a 30-second cure in the lamp. When she comes back out of the lamp, we're doing the centerpieces on these two flowers. So we're using hardcore for the yellow flower, and we're going to use Sundays for the white flower. And she is going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. Come back out of that lamp, and we're going to create a flower using crystal ball and have her cure that. And then I'm doing another white flower to where I'm going to go ahead and like pull those petals in. I feel like those flowers are super cute, super nice. So I'm using my dotting tool again and just pulling the gel in to make like petals. And all of these came out super nice. The whole time I was doing her nails, she's always in awe when I do her nails. I don't know what it is. Like, I've been doing it so long, but she's always in such amazement. And she's like, I'm just so grateful to have a mom that can do nails. And it just makes me happy because I'm grateful that I can do that for my girls too. So we're going back in with bold white for the centerpiece on the blue flower and Sundays for the white flower. And then she's going to cure that for 30 seconds. Coming back out of the lamp, we are going in now and just making some little accents on the nail. So I'm using a dotting tool and bold white and making a few white dots. And then I'm going to go in and make a few red dots just randomly on the nail and have her cure that. And then we're taking celestial green and finishing it up by just adding some leaves around the flowers on the nail. And she's going to give this nail a final, oh goodness, I can't talk, a final 30-second cure in the lamp. And for the ring finger, we're basically doing the same thing. So I'm starting off with bold white, where I'm going to make those dots going in a circle. We're going to use the nail art brush and pull those in to make petals. So this video is uploading late as ever because it was supposed to upload Wednesday night. So you may get it really late Wednesday night or really early Thursday morning. And it's only because of the voiceover. I have so much time to do my voiceovers, but my mind as a mother is to be a mother. When I'm not doing nails, I am in mother mode. Or if I'm working, I'm in work mode, and the job I have is so nice, so flexible that I do have time, even as I'm working, to take a 15-minute break and do a quick voiceover, because it doesn't take long to do a voiceover. You don't have to talk the entire video, but I don't know, my mind just, I don't know. And then Wednesday night, I laid in the bed about 8:30, and had no intentions on going to sleep, but I did, and ended up waking back up at 10. And then now I'm in mommy mode again, making sure everything's done, because I done fell asleep on them, making sure everything is done. And all of my older ones are in bed or going to their rooms to go to bed, however. And everybody is always on their P's and Q's for the most part. There are nights I have to get on my middle school girls because they're a mess, but pretty much they know what they're supposed to do. And then it's just the mommy and me. And then once I got up, I was like, dang it, my video. So I'm doing my voiceover now. So as you see, I've created a white flower, a blue flower, a yellow flower. Now I'm doing my centerpieces. So Sundays for both white flowers and the blue flower, and then I'm going to go in with hard Cora as the centerpiece for the yellow flower, and then she's going to cure that for 30 seconds. Come back in and we're going to make us some little accents. So we're using the dotting tool, making just a few white dots over the nail. We're going to go in and make a couple of red dots on this nail, and then we're going to have her cure that for 30 seconds as well. And actually for this ring finger, we were able to get everything done before she went back in to cure. So now I'm going in with Celestial Green and just creating those leaves next to each of the nails where I want them, and then she'll cure for 30 seconds. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to go ahead and go in with a nice juicy layer of top coat over all of the nails, and she's going to cure that for 30 seconds. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and we'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. Super cute, definitely cruise ready. I love all of the flowers, so pretty. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this set. And if you made it this far into the video, I definitely would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to all.